August 15th, 2047. Put a pin in that date. Seriously, write it down mentally. August 15th, 2047 isn't just a holiday, it's a deadline. It marks 100 years of Bharat, a century of freedom. But here is a brutal truth that nobody likes to say out loud. For the last 75 years, we have been the country of the future. We have been the sleeping giant. We have been the potential superpower. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of potential. Potential is what you write in a report card when a student is failing, but is nice. I don't want potential. I want power. I know you want power too. We all want performance. And welcome to Bharat Leads. To make Bharat lead, let us ditch the politics and the noise. We need to take 1.5 billion people from developing to developed in less than 8,000 days. Mark that. So, what does developed actually look like? Because if you think it just means shiny glass buildings and malls, you are missing the point. The government's target is a 30 trillion economy. Let me give you a sense of scale because trillion is a number our brains can't compute. Right now, the USA is a roughly 30 trillion economy. We are aiming to be bigger than the America of today in just over 20 years. We are currently at roughly 4 trillion. You're talking about an 8 times multiplier. But if you look at it, GDP is a vanity metric. It's the Instagram filter of economics, if you will. The real number? Per capita income. Today, the average Indian makes the equivalent of about 2,500 US dollars a year. In a Viksit Bharat, that number needs to hit 18,000 to 20,000 US dollars. That is the difference between surviving and thriving. It is a difference between can I afford this medicine and which hospital is the best. It is a difference between your kid studying by candlelight and your kid designing the next generation of solar panels on a tablet. Now, why is everyone suddenly talking about this? Why are global CEOs lining up to meet our leaders? It's not because they love our food, though they should. It's geopolitics. China is aging, their workforce is shrinking, the West is looking for a new partner, a China plus one thing, and there we are, young, hungry, English speaking, digital first. We are in the Goldilocks zone of history. But, and this is a massive, terrifying but, windows of opportunity don't stay open forever. If we mess this up, we get stuck in the middle income trap we might never get another shot at. You know what the middle income trap is? It is a terrifying economic concept. It's when a country gets rich enough to stop being poor, where we are now, but can't get organized enough to become rich. You get stuck in the middle. You lose your cheap labor advantage, but you don't have the high tech advantage yet. To beat this trap, we need a secret weapon. And spoiler alert, the secret weapon is sitting in your chair right now. So, how do we screw this up and miss the 2047 target? Let's look at the speed bumps. I want to tell you a story about two kids born today, right now, as you watch this video. Kid A is born in a high rise in Gurgaon. His parents have 5G. He gets an iPad at age 3. He goes to an IB school, and by the age 12, he's coding in Python. Kid B is born in a remote district in rural Bihar. His village gets electricity for 12 hours a day. His school has a teacher who shows up twice a week. He has never seen a computer. Now, in 2047, both these kids will be 22 years old. Kid A will be leading a startup. Kid B might be driving Kid A's car. If we let that gap widen, we don't get a developed nation. We get a revolution. We get social unrest. You cannot have a superpower where 20% live in 2050 and 80% live in 1950. That tension will break the system. Challenge number two is what I call the degree factory illusion. We churn out millions of engineers every year. Millions. But go talk to a hiring manager at a top tech firm. They will tell you the scary truth. I can't hire 80% of them. Why? Because they have a certificate, but they don't have a skill. They memorized a textbook from 1990 to pass an exam in 2025. Meanwhile, AI is coming to eat entry level jobs for breakfast. If we don't fix our education system, move from memorizing to thinking, our demographic dividend becomes a demographic disaster. A billion angry, unemployed young people is not a recipe for a superpower. And the third filter, it's the air you are breathing right now. India is on the front lines of climate change. We have heat waves that melt roads. We have monsoons that flood cities. The West got rich by burning coal for 150 years. They polluted the way to the top. We don't have that luxury. We have to industrialize while saving the planet. It's like trying to build a plane while flying it. And also, the plane has to be solar powered. If we ignore this, if we poison our water and soil in the name of GDP, we might be a rich country, but we'll be a sick country. And sick countries don't lead the world. But of course, we have some good news. The great news. Actually, a lot of great news. India is doing things right now that are making the rest of the world sit up and take notes. We aren't just catching up. In some areas, we are leading. I'll give you some examples. Number one that comes to my mind is the green leapfrog thing. Look at Modhera in Gujarat, for example. First 24/7 solar village. Imagine that. But it's not just one village. Look at the scale. We are building solar parks the size of Singapore. We have a set target of 500 gigawatts of renewable energy. We are telling the world, we won't just copy your industrial revolution. We will invent a better, cleaner one. This isn't about saving polar bears. It's about energy security. If we make our own power, we don't have to bow down to oil cartels. The second thing, that's the India stack, the DPI. I cannot stress this enough, friends. The West is jealous of our payment system. I have friends in New York and Chicago who still write checks in 2025. Meanwhile, in India, a grandmother in a village can receive a government subsidy directly into her bank accounts in seconds with zero leakage using her fingerprint. UPI isn't just an app, it is the backbone of a new economy. It brings the poorest Indian into the formal financial system. That is empowerment, that is dignity. The third win, I would say, is in the deep tech and space sectors. When Chandrayaan 3 landed on the south pole of the moon, it wasn't just a flex, it was a signal. It meant we can do high science at a fraction of the cost of NASA. Now we have a private startups building rockets. We have agri-tech startups using satellites to tell farmers when to water their crops. We are moving from cheap labor to high innovation. That is the shift that makes a nation developed. So, friends, we have the challenges and we have the wins. Now, let's talk about the missing variable. You. I'm serious. Stop looking at the Prime Minister. Stop looking at the CEOs. A nation isn't a map. A nation isn't a flag. A nation is its people. If 1.5 billion people decide to change, the country changes overnight. If 1.5 billion wait for the government to do it, we fail. So let's see what you and I should do so that we don't end up being the missing variable. Let me tell you some things. First, kill the chalta hai attitude. It's okay, let it be. No. If you see garbage, don't walk past it. If you are making a product, don't make it good enough. Make it world class. Japan didn't become a superpower by saying it's okay. Germany didn't rise from the ashes by being lazy. They obsessed over quality. We need to become a nation of perfectionists. Then we need to be a learning machine. Your degree is expiring. It's like milk, it has a shelf life. In the age of AI, if you aren't learning a new skill every weekend, you are obsolete. Don't ask, where are the jobs? Create your value. Learn financial literacy. Learn coding. Learn how to sell. Be undeniable. Next, I would encourage wallet patriotism. You know what that means? I'm not saying don't buy an iPhone. I'm saying give the Indian alternative a fair shot. If a local startup makes a good, great shoe, buy it. If a local app solves a problem, use it. The money is a vote. Vote for Indian innovation. Help our companies become global giants. And lastly, that comes to my mind is civic discipline. This is the hardest one. Pay your taxes. Follow the traffic light even when no police are watching. You want India to look like Singapore? Act like a Singaporean. You want India to run like Switzerland? Be as disciplined as the Swiss. We demand first world infrastructure while displaying third world civic sense. That math doesn't work. So, friends, we have 8,000 days. 8,000 days to rewrite history. 8,000 days to prove the doubters wrong. Imagine the headline on August 16th, 2047. India, the world's leading superpower. Imagine telling your grandkids, I was there, I was part of the generation that built this. This isn't a spectator sport. You are on the field. Friends, send this video to every Bharatiya so that we can all join the movement to make the Viksit Bharat 2047. I also want you to go to the comment section right now. I want you to write down one specific promise to yourself and to Bharat. Not like I will be good. No, specifics. I will teach 10 kids to read. I will start a business that employs 50 people. I will stop using plastic bags today. Write it down, make it public. Let's hold each other accountable. This is our time. The world is watching, but most importantly, history is watching. So let's get to work. Jai Hind.